Hi guys, it is Sandra from Gracious Goodness Essentials. I'm wanting to make today a lip balm for a friend who, like many of us, has kind of been struck down over the cooler winter months with a few coughs and colds and bits and pieces, and her immune system is really struggling, and she suffers from recurrent painful blemishes, like little blisters that pop up on her lip, and you know, they tend to strike when your immune system is down. So I'm hoping that you all know what I'm talking about without me actually using the word, because of course we can't cure, treat, prevent, diagnose or anything along those lines with our essential oils, at least not on social media. So can I just suggest, if this is something that bothers you, your diet can be really important. So make sure that you're getting lots of vitamin B and vitamin C. Probiotics are fantastic for trying to help support your gut and your immune system, as well as regular lysine, which is an amino acid, can really be helpful to try and prevent these annoying little blisters from popping up. So they're just all nutrition and self-care type things. But what I'm actually doing is a lip balm to try and help, just help support her immune system around her lips so that these problems don't kind of occur in the first place. So what I've got, it's quite a simple recipe if you've got a few of the ingredients. I've got 30 grams of beeswax. So when it's in its little pellet form, that's about 30 grams, okay? And all I've done is I've melted it, and we have to work reasonably quickly because the beeswax wants to solidify at room temperature. So it's wanting to cool down quite quickly. To the beeswax, so 30 grams of beeswax, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of apricot kernel oil. Now, apricot kernel oil is really high in oleic and linoleic acid. It's also really high in vitamin A, so it makes it nice and nourishing. So 2 tablespoons of apricot kernel, and straight away my beeswax is wanting to solidify with that cooler oil going in. I'm also going to add in 10 drops of jojoba. So this is my jojoba, and I'm actually just going to use a little pipette to do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. And I'm also going to pop in some vitamin E. Okay, I'm going to pop in 5 drops of vitamin E. Not only is vitamin E good for you, it also acts as a preservative. Now this can be painfully slow dropping out. So while we're waiting for the vitamin E, let's talk about the essential oils that I'm going to pop in, and there's a fair list of them. Okay, there's 1, oh hang on, now it's going 2, 3, sorry, I've got to kind of get my eye on it, 4, 5, 1 more for good measure. Right, 5 drops of vitamin E oil. So the oils that I want to pop in, geranium, quite strong, but blended, okay, it actually has quite a pretty smell. We're going to put 8 drops of geranium in. Geranium has been used historically as well as now for a really diverse range of dermatological problems. It's extremely antiseptic as well as it's good for wound healing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're also going to pop in some tea tree, okay, or melaleuca if you're from the States. There's actually been lots of studies done, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's been lots of medical studies done on the effects of tea tree with bacteria and viruses, and it's been shown to be really effective. That's why we're popping that one in. Lavender. Lavender is beautiful and soothing and healing to all things skin. We're going to do 5 of lavender. Also nice anti-inflammatory, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, Roman chamomile. I'm going to do 6 drops of Roman chamomile. It's excellent for boosting your skin health. It's anti-inflammatory, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gosh, I love the smell. It's anti-inflammatory, it's also antibacterial, and it's got some antiviral properties as well. Now, peppermint. Peppermint's really good at it's great anti-inflammatory, great antiviral. It's also just kind of a nice uplifting smell when you're kind of combining with these others. So just 3 drops of that just to try and lift it up. But peppermint's been shown to be really quite effective actually with these little lip blisters that you can get. Now, if you have got lemon, use lemon, okay? But I am lucky enough to actually have some Melissa. So these two smell very similar. Lemon is nice and high in vitamin C. It's extremely good for wound healing and promoting the healing and kind of prevention of little skin blisters on your lips. Melissa, however, has actually been shown scientifically to be very effective for this type of skin complaint. So just 3 drops. So I've got the Melissa, I'm going to use it. 2, 3. Sometimes with our really expensive essential oils, we kind of treasure them so much that we don't use them, which then makes them kind of worthless to you, because if you're not going to use them, you're not going to enjoy them, you're not going to get the properties. So whilst Melissa is expensive, I'm absolutely going to be using it in this lip balm because I want to try and get all the benefits that I can. Now, my beeswax is kind of solidified up. I'm going to need to melt mine down on the stove again, and I'll just do it really gently because I don't want to lose the effectiveness of those essential oils, okay? And I'll be back with you in just a tick. So guys, I'm back. I've heated this ever so gently. What I should have done is I should have put my beeswax, my apricot kernel, vitamin E and jojoba in whilst I had this kind of on the double boiler on the stove, okay, to get all the oils up to a nice temperature, let it cool ever so slightly and then add my essential oils, because the last thing you want to do is really heat your essential oils too much because you don't want them to be super volatile and kind of evaporate off before you've had a chance to use them. So I'm happy that my oils are now all mixed through. I'm just going to pop them into these little glass containers. I got them from Aroma Tools. I'm probably going to make a mess. Surprisingly not too bad. And that is it. I'm going to let them cool down and then I'm going to be gifting them to my friends to see how they go. So this is just kind of an everyday preventer, soothe, boost your immune system of your skin and your lips, with some amazing essential oils in there to try and stop them having to deal with these annoying little skin blisters that pop up around your lips. Give it a crack. Geranium, tea tree, Roman chamomile, lavender, peppermint, and then either lemon or Melissa, whichever one you have. I'll pop the number of drops and the recipe up in the comments, and I hope you give it a crack, give it a try. See ya.